What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Bubba G here. So I am gonna talk to you guys about news that happened, I think at this point 2 days ago. Um, so and that is Texas State officially joins the Pac-12. Now, the question is this gonna work? Yes, it will work. Because finally, the Pac-12 is in Texas. Now, it's not the Texas team, that they wanted originally. The last time they originally tried to expand into Texas was with the Power 5 version of the Pac-12 when they wanted Oklahoma and Longhorns. The world of college football would be different if that happened, but they didn't join. So right now this is a rebuilt version, so the Pac-12 technically is safe now. So they don't need to add technically anyone new for now. Right now they need to get the other, parts of the TV deal done. And then if they have to, they'll play this first inaugural season with just 8 or 9 members, I guess, technically for basketball. And other teams can see the revenue that they make. So they could add people. They could add more people this year. But it has to be someone that agrees to come on to, help them push for more money. Memphis is probably not joining until they see the money, but I think this is going to be a good move for Texas State too. Better competition than what the Sun Belt has, and obviously going to be twice as much funding than what the Sun Belt gave them, which is like $2 million, I think, per game. So now we are on the road to the inaugural season of next year. I think they're going to work out pretty well, I think. But I think, honestly, it's best they stay put for at least a year. For football, stick with the 8 members. Basketball, just stick with the 9. You'll be fine. This is practically the inaugural season, so to get more members, they have to see how well you do on the first inaugural year of this revamped version. Especially if, like, the ACC implodes, which technically, at least as of right now, it's not going to. But here in, like, the next 4 or 5 years, there might be another round of realignment again in college athletics. That's what everyone says. And when that happens, the ACC might get raided, mainly from their group of 2. So if you're the Pac, you might want to add some of those, especially if you want to convince like a Memphis or Tulane to come aboard. So as of right now, it is just Miami Miami, Clemson, and Florida State. Heck, even North Carolina. These are the 4 programs that are literally on the verge of leaving the ACC here in the next few years. North Carolina is like in discussions to join the Big Ten. Florida State and Clemson are kind of like shifting back and forth between, Big Ten and the SEC. So Miami can go pretty much wherever. They could go to the Big 12. You never know. I mean, UCF technically is a team in Florida that already is in the Big 12. So they might make a push for Miami. If they do get Miami, that puts them maybe a bit higher. But if you're the Pac, you could get programs out from the ACC too. So you could get your defectors back, Stanford and Cal, and then you can snag some of the other ACC schools to actually, raise your portfolio of being a power conference. So if you get some of the remaining ACC schools, yes, unfortunately that also means Wake Forest. But if you get Duke and all those guys, you have the possibility to get back into the power conference status, because that means each school will now get more money. And it also means that a lot of these, Mountain West schools can actually upgrade their stadiums to power type arenas. So that's a good thing. But as of right now, I think personally, I think you should probably just stick with the 9 members for now. Now that you have a full member in Texas State there's no rush to add people, at least not yet. But if you do, you would have, unfortunately, that means you would have to add at least another basketball program, and that's St. Mary's. And the reason for that being is you can add more to your portfolio for basketball. With football, I think it's best you wait. Because right now, Memphis doesn't want to join. It's not that they don't want to, but the thing is, they don't want to join unless they know what they're working with. So, Memphis, at least as of right now, they're one of those teams that wants to see how much money they get from the TV deal. The only thing they got is a network partner, so they know that it's already going to look better. Because a lot of the games on the American, they either end up on ESPN2 or ESPN Plus. So the only time Memphis really ends up on like the main YouTube network is if they're facing big time competition, which last year they did face somebody, and that was Florida State, and they shocked everyone when they beat them. Because for some reason Florida State just went blank for whatever reason, and they were considered national playoff. I'm not talking about championship contenders, but they were they were from the straight of the beginning of the year. From last season, they were one of the top teams considered for the college football playoff already, because the year prior they had a really good record. They were one of the better teams, but for whatever reason they just sucked this year. They sucked last year, I mean. So I think Memphis just wants to see what the money from the PAC's going to look like after maybe the inaugural year. If they see that it's working well, maybe they'll take an application to join the PAC. But everyone now says if they do, they would probably have to split their athletics in half. So football would be the only one going to the PAC, and everyone else goes to the Big East. Not a bad conference, but still. And right now, the Pac-12's main goal is to get Power 5 status back. Can they do it with the teams here? Probably. That's a big probably. Because you do have a few teams already here that have been in the Power Pack, which obviously is Oregon State and Washington State. Then you're bringing in 2 of the teams that were Power Conference discussions years past, with San Diego State and Boise. So you do have some Power Conference, power in this thing. So tell me what you think. Do you think Texas State can actually be better off in the PAC? I personally say yes, but I'd like to hear your thoughts. If you think this Pac-12 will get Power 5 status again. I think personally also yes. It also depends how well these universities build themselves in this conference. And also help them at least get more funding toward the next TV deal when everything's all said and done. Alright? This has been my video. Peace out, guys.